guys, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tiffany.
And we are
Sisters
Sisters of the South. And we are coming to you today from our SOS studio to bring you another true crime story. But before we get started, we'd like to ask that you hit that like button. Also, just vary on over to the little subscription button and press it, and then venture right on over to that notification bell and click it. That way, every time we upload a new video, you can come spend some time with us. Also, we would like to give a huge shout out to our favorite vendor and friends over at SoFly.
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 Not so small.
Not no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And SoFly is a family-owned company here in the Houston area, and what they do is specialize in embroidery and in lasering. So what they'll do is take your favorite accessories, such as a tumbler, a hoodie, a cap, a t-shirt, a jacket, even a purse, and they would specialize it to your needs. They have an array of different colors and designs. All you have to do is get with them and tell them what you need, and they will do it for you. They do a fabulous job. We know because they do our merchandise, and we are happy every time they bring us our stuff. So we get excited and we want to share that with you. But we do have a video to show you just how badass they are. So here we go.
Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed that video. Go check them out. Let them know we sent you. And if you buy something, please send us a picture. We'd love to see it.
Absolutely. And we will link their information in our description box below. So go check them out. And now I'm going to turn it over to Tiff so she can get started on this story.
Alright guys, Adolph Herman Coors III was born on January 12, 1915 in Golden, Colorado, to his parents Adolph Coors Jr. and Alice May. Like his father and youngest brother Joseph, Adolph graduated from Cornell University, where he was president of the Quill and Dagger Society and a member of the Kappa Alpha Society, and graduated with a chemical engineering degree. Adolph married Mary Grant on November 15, 1940, and they had 4 children. Adolph was an avid skier and was inducted into the Colorado Ski and Snowboard Hall of Fame in 1998, which I think is so cool.
That is cool.
He helped found the Aspen Ski Corporation in 1946 and was on its board of directors. It was said that Adolph was quiet and reserved, a good businessman, and a good family man. So it's so cool to me that he's quiet and reserved, but he is an avid skier. I think that's so cool. That must have been where he kind of got out and, you know.
Yeah, it was unassuming, and it sounded like it probably took people that didn't know him by surprise that it helped him come out of his shell.
Oh, yeah. Even seeing a picture of him, it kind of surprised me, but I think that's cool. So Adolph Coors III was the grandson of the founder of Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado. In 1873, German immigrants Adolph Coors and Jacob Schuler established a brewery in Golden, Colorado after buying a recipe for a Pilsner-style beer. Coors invested $2,000 in the operation, while Schuler invested $18,000 in the operation. In 1880, Coors bought out his partner and became the sole owner of the brewery. The first Coors brewery in Golden, Colorado is the largest single brewing operation in the world. Wow. And as heir to the Coors Brewing Company, Adolph became president of the entire Coors Company in the mid-1950s.
Incredible.
On February 9, 1960, Adolph III left his home in Morrison, Colorado to drive his 12 miles to work, as he always did, but he never made it there. He was expected to be there that day, as he had several appointments and meetings, but no one was sure where he was. A milkman discovered a vehicle abandoned on Turkey Creek Bridge. The engine was running and the radio was on, but the vehicle was empty. Police identified the vehicle as belonging to Coors and began a search of the area. During the search, they found a hat, glasses, and a large blood stain on the dirt. A local told police he may have heard a gunshot or what sounded like a gunshot, but he wasn't sure as it was a hunting area.
I see.
The following morning, Mary Coors received a ransom note in the mail requesting $500,000 for the safe release of her husband. The typed ransom note read, Mrs. Coors, your husband has been kidnapped. His car is by Turkey Creek. Call the police or FBI, he dies. Cooperate, he lives. Ransom, $200,000 in tens and $300,000 in 20s.
Oh, wow.
There will be no negotiating. Bills, used, non-consecutive, unrecorded, unmarked. Warning, we will know if you call the police or record the serial numbers. Directions, place money in this letter and envelope in one suitcase or bag. Have 2 men with a car ready to make the delivery. When all set, advertise a tractor for sale in Denver Post, Section 69. Sign ad King Ranch, Fort Lupton.
Oh, wow.
Wait ad NA 9-4455 for instructions after ad appears. Deliver immediately after receiving call. Any delay will be guarded as a stall to set up a stakeout. Understand this. Adolph's life is in your hands. We have no desire to commit murder. All we want is that money. If you follow the instructions, he will be released unharmed within 48 hours after the money is received. At this point, the Coors family got the money prepared and waited for a call that would never come in. So this was not the first time the Coors family had to deal with a kidnapping attempt.
Oh, wow.
In 1934, his father, Adolph Coors Jr., was the attended kidnapping target by a former state prohibition agent along with 3 other accomplices.
Wow, are you serious?
However, the actual kidnapping never happened.
Okay.
But, they had a lot of money.
Yes.
So I guess they just, let's go after this family.
Isn't that is so trashy. Get a job.
I know. And these people really worked hard for their money and started from nothing.
I mean, leave them alone.
And, the family told police that money was of no object and they would do anything for Adolph's safe return.
That's
and
so
these people
sad.
knew that.
Yes, that is so sad. And you know what? They'd probably given everything to get him back.
Absolutely. All police had to go on was the typed ransom letter. They dusted for fingerprints, but nothing turned up. The police were followed up with a witness that had seen a car near the area the kidnapping had taken place. He described seeing an early 1950s Mercury sedan with the license plate reading AT62. He said that he had remembered the license plate because he thought that whoever was parked there was there to disturb his mines, which were in that area.
Okay.
Upon a search, police were able to locate 4 Mercury sedans that had that 4-digit sequence. With that information, the FBI followed up with each of them.
Good deal.
Which you're talking a very prestigious family, so of course they're going to put their all into it, right?
Absolutely.
They began looking at one man in particular named Walter Osborne, who had bought the car just 1 month earlier. He had an apartment in downtown Denver that was completely empty by the time police arrived. Through building management, police found out that Osborne had moved out on February 10th, which was just 1 day after Adolph's kidnapping. In the dumpster behind the apartment complex, police found boxes for handcuffs and leg restraints inside.
Interesting.
The woman who had cleaned the apartment mentioned that she had seen several guns in the apartment. One of the other tenants in the apartment complex told police that they often heard typing late into the night coming from that apartment. Walter Osborne had left no forwarding address, so police had no clue where to look. No one was scheduled to move into the empty apartment, so police had a chance to dust the entire apartment for prints.
Good
wow.
deal.
Luckily, they found some.
Good.
The prints they found did not belong to Walter Osborne. Instead, they belonged to a man named Joseph Corbett.
Okay.
Joseph Corbett Jr. was born October 25th, 1928 in Seattle, Washington. In 1951, while a student at the University of Oregon and heading to medical school, Corbett got into an altercation with an Air Force sergeant. During the fight, he shot the man and ended up pleading guilty to second-degree murder, which is so sad. He's on his way places and this happens.
Right.
Corbett was sentenced to 5 years to life in prison. and was initially sent to San Quentin State Prison. Corbett was later transferred to a low-security section of California Institution for Men in Chino. Corbett escaped with another prisoner on August 1st, 1955, and began living under the alias Walter Osborne.
Okay, that makes sense now.
So, 8 days after Adolph Coors was kidnapped, a car was found on fire in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The gasoline-fueled fire had been deliberately set, but it couldn't destroy the serial number imprinted on the engine. The car was traced back to Corbett, whose yellow mercury had been spotted by many witnesses in the area of the crime in the days leading up to the abduction. Dirt from the car was ultimately traced back to the area where Adolph was grabbed and taken hostage.
Oh, wow.
So they're dusting for fingerprints everywhere. They're tracing the dirt back.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking way back. This is back before I was born.
I love it. I think this is amazing.
It reminds me of Dragnet.
Right? Yes. On September 11th, 1960, 7 months after his kidnapping, Adolph Coors' clothes were found in a dump near Sedalia, Colorado. This evidence led to the discovery of his body nearby in the local forest, 2 bullet wounds in his back. The FBI was called in, marking the case as one of the largest manhunts since the Lindbergh baby kidnapping in 1932.
Oh, wow.
The manhunt spanned from California to Atlantic City, New Jersey, and eventually to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Oh my goodness. They were looking all everywhere for him.
Huge manhunt.
That's really awesome.
Yes.
Though.
Well, and I feel like my heart is with this family.
Yes.
So I love that they did all of this. In March 1960, the FBI added Corbett to its 10 most wanted list.
Wow.
Corbett was arrested on October 29, 1960 in Vancouver by Canadian police. The FBI had issued wanted posters, and a woman called in stating a man of his description was in her area. That's so cool.
Okay.
Pay attention, guys. Afterwards, the Vancouver police saw his car parked outside a motor inn. He was extradited back to the U.S. Since the kidnap and murder occurred in Colorado, the state charged Corbett with murder. Because Adolph's remains were found within the state, Corbett was not tried on federal kidnapping charges.
Oh, man.
Yep. On March 29, 1961, Corbett was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. He was paroled and released from prison on December 12, 1980. This guy got so many breaks, it's not even funny.
Oh my gosh. You have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
This is such a disappointment. Why does our justice system not serve the full amount of justice?
Well, he got convicted the first time and escaped. Yes. And now this. It's like this guy just,
oh my gosh,
keeps getting away with everything. So in 1996, Corbett gave his only interview following his release from prison. In it, he maintained his innocence. However, of course. However, Corbett did not try to prove his innocence, insisting that attempting to do so would only attract unwanted attention.
No, and this is crap, because a lot of these people that deny that they're involved, it's what they don't say, not what they do say.
Right.
And sometimes we fall for that crap that they feed us. And if you really stop and think about it, like, how would I react if I was in that circumstance? What would I say, or what would I think? And you realize that they feed you something they say stuff without saying it, and it's what they don't say.
Right.
That always sells out that they're guilty. It's ridiculous.
Well, Corbett died by suicide by a single gunshot wound to the head on August 24th, 2009, at the age of 80. He had been diagnosed with cancer shortly before his death, and his health had been rapidly deteriorating. So, Adolph Coors' children did not directly take over the Coors Brewing Company. While they were part of the Coors family and some members worked for the company, the brewery ultimately merged to become part of the Molson Coors Beverage Company in 2004.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
That is so sad that Adolph lost his life from a gentleman who should have never been released from prison to begin with.
Yeah, did they search for him after they didn't release him. He escaped with another guy, but it said it was very easy for him to escape.
Yeah, and
it was a low security
they never apprehended
prison.
him.
So I don't even think they even went after him. He should have never been out. Then, of course, he wants the money. He goes after Adolph, which is very sad.
Yes.
But I think what happened, because according to the letter, which you can't always trust criminals anyway, but according to the letter, he wasn't supposed to be killed. But he probably tried to get away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's when he shot him, because he shot him in the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was probably running away from him.
Yeah. So, and I think it was a small bridge. It was like a 1-lane bridge or something. So, I mean, he could have done anything to have him pull over.
Right.
And
such a sad story.
So sad. I mean, he had a family. He had a lot going for him. He sounded like a great guy, and it's just sad that so many people try to take advantage of something like that.
Yeah.
Of you just having money and working.
Well, listen, that's an issue I never have to worry about, is being so rich that someone would want to kidnap me or one of my family members. And those are the things we don't think about if we're just common, everyday people. We may have the stress of how we're going to buy groceries this week, but you don't have the stress that while your family's out doing mundane things, that they may be kidnapped and killed. Or you get a ransom letter to get your money to save a life of your family member. And we've done another one, Frank Sinatra's son, of ransoms, it's scary. And those are things that, I don't think about because, again, I'm just common.
Yeah.
And these are the problems that having money can bring to you. So, you know what? I'll take my common everyday issues over something like that any day.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, what do you think? Let us know.
Yeah.
But until our next episode, please remember to
see the good and stay imperfectly perfect.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.